Well, as well as what you say and the way that you say it, I'd like to add a concept which kind of allows you to target what you're saying really accurately and to use all those tools to maximum effect, the right words and the right tools and delivery, targeted to have maximum effect. And that's the concept of speaking into and from. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go to the model of communication, which if you've done the conscious listening course, you'll be familiar with. We send to a receiver, and that happens inside of a context. And the context usually is noise, bad acoustics, all sorts of stuff going on, and listenings. Now, I've said in the conscious listening piece that we are a listening for other people, and other people are a listening for us. So when you start to apply that, if you can spot the listening, you can speak into it. That is really important because different listenings require different ways of speaking. And you can be speaking one way for one group of people, which certainly wouldn't land with another group in the same way. It may be necessary to change your natural delivery in order to respond to the listening that you're speaking into. So the crucial fact here is that you always speak into a listening. It's always there. It might be one person, it might be a room full of people. And if you just pay attention, if you have the intention of spotting the listening, you will start to become sensitive to this. I've had years of practice at this, and I have found that I can walk into a room with a group of people and immediately sense the kind of listening that's going on, both individually and collectively. Sensing the listening is fundamental to good speaking in groups and, of course, even to good speaking to an individual. Otherwise, you're going to miss the target by miles. You might misjudge the listening completely if you're not sensitive to this important point. So this is about dedicated noticing. It's actually about intention. Do you know all sound has intention? Intention and sound are very, very important. So does listening. So if you can listen to the listening, if you're intending to spot the listening, to be sensitive to it, then you'll be hitting the bullseye every time with your speaking. Quite a good way of doing this, if you're speaking to a room full of people, is to use expanded awareness, which is to operate in peripheral vision. Try and get your vision as broad as possible. Rather than focusing on one thing or one person, try and take in the whole room, right out to here. You can practice this by wiggling your fingers, as I am now, and just practice that at home. And more, you'll find your face relaxes, your expression becomes calmer, and you can actually see everything. And you become much more sensitive, I find, to the listening of the whole room. So if it's your intention to spot a listening, I believe you probably will start to spot them far better. If you have no intention, if you're oblivious to the listenings that you're speaking into, then you run the risk of missing targets by a long way. Practice, just practice. Practice all the time, practice everywhere with everybody. Just ask yourself the question, what's the listening? And of course, you're speaking from somewhere. And that is where hail comes in big time. Because you need to stand in your truth and speak from who you honestly are in a loving way to people, wishing them well and delivering for their benefit whatever it is that you're looking to deliver. Again, whether it's an individual conversation, a room full of people, or a hall with 1,000 people. Talking of which, it's time for us to go into a little masterclass in public speaking. So if that's ever been something that's concerned you, this section will be right for you.